Hello everyone, welcome back. Good day to you. Today I'll be showing you button bitter gourd fry or roast. Fry we'll be using very minimal oil. We'll be roasting bitter gourd with on a simmer for a long time so that it gets completely roasted and crisp. In Telugu, this process is called vepudu. Sometimes they tend to use good amount of oil also to deep fry it. That is also known as vepudu, but the best way to do it is use very little oil and keep it on simmer and keep tossing it so that it is completely roasted and done. For this, I'll show you the ingredients that are required. I have taken about 250 grams of button bitter gourds. That is a small variety. You get it in the market. In some places it is called small bitter gourd. So this doesn't require any kind of chopping. Only thing is just inspect them one by one each just to see if there is any deformation or anything in the body and wash them properly. Remember, any kind of deformation or any white patches on any bitter gourd, for that any size of bitter gourd, actually indicates, or if you just press it, if you are not finding it hard, it may contain worms inside. So it is better to check it up one by one because we are going to use it as a whole. Now just we need not cut it, but just remember, either using a scissor or otherwise just remove this part which is actually protruding from one of the tips. Okay, the other end which is not so sharp can be left as it is. One end we are removing it only to ensure that it doesn't go and get stuck up in our throat. Okay, while we are eating, it causes a lot of discomfort and it is dangerous. We'll require oil to fry. We'll be using about maximum of about a tablespoon of oil, not beyond that. Actual deep frying taste you can get it by cooking it for about 15-20 minutes. I'll show you, let us see how long it takes. Now I have taken, today I don't have kutinirch or chili flakes handy, so I have taken lal mirch powder or red chili powder. I would suggest to have a good taste or the perfect taste, it is better to take about 4 red chilies and dry roast them and make it into flakes if you don't have chili flakes. Otherwise you can take the chili flakes which I use is not exactly the chili flakes you get in market for your pizzas. They are made of a different kind of pepper which has a thicker skin. Whatever I use as chili flakes powder is homemade and made out of the regular Indian chilies which we use in our day-to-day cooking. And I've taken about 2 teaspoons of jeera and 2 heaped teaspoons of dhania. You can even take 3 heaped teaspoons of dhania. It adds a good flavor. And this is compounded asafoetida powder. Now you may have a question like, can we use the dhania powder and lal mirch powder and jeera powder? Let me tell you, you will not get the perfect taste. The flakiness in this powder, spice powder which we are going to make, and the freshness is actually what that is going to give the bitter gourd its good taste. You can add some amchur if you are not used to eating bitter food or bitter taste thing, vegetables. You want to just bring it down or tone them down, so you can add about 1 teaspoon. This 250 grams you can easily, it can take about 1 teaspoon of amchur powder if added along with this. I have here used about a full heaped teaspoon of turmeric and 1.5 teaspoons of common salt. I have mixed them well together and evenly coated the bitter gourds after removing the tips, after cutting them off, and I've just left it. Let us just leave this for about 15 minutes, at least 15 to 20 minutes. We'll see some bitterness out. It'll actually ooze out some water, which will actually remove the bitterness. We'll remove that and then start our racing. Friends, and please do not mistake me. It is not that all the bitterness can be removed. Only some excess bitterness or reduction in the excess bitterness is possible through this. It makes it corrigibly tasty. So that is why we are used to doing this. Bunch and squeeze them well using both the hands. You will see some droplets. Now let me show you that there is some, are you able to see the liquid that is strained? See, I have extracted this much of bitter juice out of those gourds. They were only small, so couldn't get much of it. This works even better in the bigger ones. So I think it is visible. Okay, now let's go to the kadai. Now I have added them to a kadai and added about 2 teaspoons of oil, and just adding little more, about 3-4 drops, and they are all well coated in the oil. I have not added anything more. It should be nothing more than 3 teaspoons. So now they are very coated and shiny. Now we leave them at peace for them to get done for at least 5 minutes for the time being. Then we will see. In the meanwhile, we will do the spice powder. Ensure that the flame is kept in simmer. Like I already told you, don't add any salt. Now this is my small marten pestle which is available in the kitchen. So I am using that to make the spice powder. If you aren't very particular, you can use a mixer grinder also, but mind it, this actually tastes very good. First I'll be using this, which is a heavy one. I don't want to spoil my countertop, so I am now switched on to a wooden pestle. So now we have powdered well the way it is required for this. So we will see. Let the bitter gourd get roasted. See what it will have. Meanwhile, just toss it once. Now 5 minutes are over, so it's time to add the amchur powder. I check the gourds, they are very bitter even after the salt and the process. So I am just adding 1 teaspoon of amchur powder. Remember, amchur, if it needs to be absorbed in the preparation, that too in case of rice, please ensure that you add them when you are frying. Not, it's been another 3 minutes. See, they are mostly crispy done. But the only thing is we need to ensure that they are cooked. So the best way of checking up is to press it I am able to break. So this is actually done. I'll just try one more big one just to ensure that it is done. Yeah, it is done. I'm able to break them. Just leave it on medium high flame for some time and add the spice powder. I think it may be little more, so I'm just reducing it. Otherwise it's bound to get more spicy. Just try this. This is a very, very delicious powder for this particular recipe. It doesn't require any more cooking. Just ensure that you are getting a good aroma. Once it is done, please switch off the flame. Now the baby bitter gourd or the button bitter gourd fry is ready.